Well, good day, my ladies and my gents. Welcome to Wednesday, which means it's time for another gripping episode of What Did You Buy Wednesday? It's hosted by our buddy Joe over at Big Sky Model Workshop, and uh, he's basically about stash ads. And you don't have to go out and buy something every week. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Maybe you just got some ideas that'll help out others. Where it's just kind of where I'm going with today. And as a side note, by the way, Joe, congratulations, you and Aundre winning your respective classes at the first place ribbon yet at the Montana State Fair that y'all entered your kits in. Aundre, if you're watching, man, that pickup is that was a beautiful job, young man. That was well deserving first place. That was a great job. Uh, Joe, you ought to be proud of the kid. He did good. So onward. Anyway, today we're going to talk about my chemicals I got up here, as such as it is. Uh, those of y'all that watched, I believe it was Sunday, I put up a Pro Stock Effing Everything group build update, and I asked the question: how best to clean uh, rattle-can acrylic paint off of styrene without hurting the styrene or having some absolutely massive chemical smells, because I don't know, sensitive, allergic to a lot of the chemical smells that are out there. Gives me real severe migraines, which is why I don't use any kind of lacquers, enamels inside. Any rattle can I do is outside. And I got to be careful with that. And so I had initially used Super Clean. Uh, for what it is, it's really good for taking off chrome off of parts. Some of the AMT, it might take 20, 30 minutes. Some of the Revell of Germany, for example, it might take overnight, but it will clean the chrome off. You may still have a little bit of cleanup to do, but it will take the chrome off. You don't have to do a lot of scraping or sanding. Acrylic paint, not so much. I had, of course, the hood, and it was painted. It did almost nothing on that. I did have the body, and I'll explain about this here in a minute. And I had it sitting in a tub like this, and because the only tub that I had was quite large, that would even begin to fit this. So, and I had a pool sitting in here. 24 hours I let it sit, and it softened the paint in here enough. I was able to get it mostly out. It kind of peeled out. I was able to get a little bit off along the fenders, just not a whole lot, and it's looking like I'd have to leave it in that 5 or 6 days just to get the back part cleaned up, and then I'd have to start again on another part. So that really wasn't going to work. Don't have that kind of a timeline I want to work with for that. So I put out what else can you be used to clean it. I've heard oven cleaner is good, but it's also got a very strong smell, and I don't have any. That was suggested also to me from Rodney Noble. Thank you for the suggestion. Well, I'm not able to use it right now, but it is a good suggestion. And then I got a message from Mike over at the Intake. I'll have a link to his channel down below, and he has a bunch of videos up, and I'm going to start watching some of those. But anyway, he suggested alcohol. He uses something called LA Totally Awesome. It's a really pretty good cleaner. Uh, doesn't have a whole lot of smell to it. It's really pretty good. Uh, and As a side note, I've used it in trucking back when it was called Tiger Power. It's the same stuff, same chemicals, same, just a different brand, different label. You get out in summertime and you wind up with all of these bugs on your windshield. I would take it and basically spray it 1-to-1 straight out of the bottle up on the windshield, and then clean my windows. I'd give it a minute to soak in, and then clean the windows, and it'd take the bugs off, even though everything else wouldn't. really works great for doing that. But he uses the LA Totally Awesome for taking off 1K clear off of acrylic paint. I have to admit, I know nothing about, I've read about 1K, 2K, 4K for clear. I have no idea what that is. I'm going to have to do some research. If some of y'all want to impart a bit of wisdom for me, I'm not going to argue. I'll gratefully accept any information. But he said use alcohol. 70% is good, but it takes a while. You got to be patient. He says 91% works great. Uh, so I tried it. I took a little tub that I had and I put in just enough to cover the hood. See what happens. 15 minutes later, I shake it around and I'm looking at it. I pull it out and I take my finger and I go like this, and the paint is smearing off. The alcohol in the little tray is purple. And so I take it and I put it under some running water and I just kind of clean it. Then I take some soap and it's almost completely clean. Still has a bit of a purple tinge when I took it out, and it still had purple in the little grills here. And so, okay, 15 minutes. Wow. So I got my big tub back out. And this is what I had in the pantry. It's Walmart brand, expired almost 3 years, 4 years ago, excuse me. Get my math straight here. And so I took it and I put it back in that big tub, and I just took it and I poured it all over the top, and then just basically set this in the bath, and it came up to about the trim level here, and I just set it in there. And so okay, well, let's see what happens. And about 45 minutes went by and I was doing some other stuff, and I came back and I checked it, and most of it washed off. uh, I did have places that I had to do. I had to basically then take it, turn it over, and get like this to get some of the other. And I about 3 to 4 hours total in between various, turning it in various directions. I didn't have enough alcohol to completely submerge it. So, but it came out and it was completely, it still had some staining on it, but it was enough that it didn't really matter. I went over with some little bit of sandpaper and sprayed it. I was able then to save, you can see the purple, the lavender color. And I basically poured that back into the bottle, uh, see how much I can actually get out of this before I do any more. But I also went down yesterday, needed a bit of groceries, just a little bit of minor stock up. So I went ahead and picked up a couple of bottles of the 91%. This is about $4.50 for the 91%. The 99%, it's a pint. It's half of this, and it is also about I don't know, $4.50. So this is quite a fair bit stronger than this, which is a lot stronger than the 70%. HEB, for those of y'all that don't know, it's a Texas regional, actually more of an East Texas regional um, uh, grocery chain. Uh, I don't think they're in Houston. They're along I-35 corridor, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. They go a little bit west, but they're not all over Texas. But it's our local grocery store, and it's pretty good. But that's just a local store brand. This is the Walmart brand. It's isopropyl alcohol. It's going to be the same thing, whoever bottles it, whatever name is on it. Get the cheapest you can find when you find it. You can get it on Amazon, but it costs a bit more. And but what got me is I'm looking at first aid antiseptic, decreases germs and minor cuts and scrapes. You ever put isopropyl alcohol on a cut or a scrape? Yow! It hurts less to rub dirt in it like we did as a kid back in the 70s. So anyway, if you're going to use it, be sure you don't have any cuts or anything on your hands if you're dipping your bare fingers in it. You know how that hurts. So, but otherwise, yeah, it's got a strong smell to it because it is almost pure alcohol. Um, but it's not as near as bad as what you might find like with the oven cleaner. Super clean. I've talked about it before. It basically smells like a strong Windex. It does leave a greasy feeling on your fingers and on the stuff. You do need to clean it with something like dish soap after you get done doing whatever stripping chrome off or whatever to get the cleaner off, because otherwise, if you try to paint it, the paint will peel off. So um, that's basically what I got today. Just as an FYI too, I'm going to put a vinyl roof over this, which is why I didn't fully paint this. So yeah, I'm going to experiment with that, and if it comes out, I'll do a little video on that because it looks like fun. And a reminder, Josh over at VCG Resins, who supports my channel, thank you very much, Josh, is got another, it's what, almost, it's 12:30, 12:40 Central Time, about 11:30 Mountain Time. It's about another 36 hours. Josh has his customer appreciation days and a 20% discount off the entire store. So be sure and go on over and check that out. Starting Friday morning, the 20% discount will go away, and you can start again using my promo code Jester10 to get 10% off your order. So, but just a reminder. And if you haven't gone over to vcgresins.com since he started this, what, a week and a half ago, uh, you go on there and a pop-up will come up for you to put your name in for a drawing. Got two $25 gift certificates, and the grand prize is a $50 gift certificate and two as of yet unreleased engines, which is, if you look at the price of what he charges for things, that's about $100 value right there. So it's free, no obligation, just like putting your name and email address in down at the bottom. Uh, for the newsletter, no obligation, it's free, and you'll get notified of new products coming out and updates on the channel, or updates on his store, uh, where he might be, things like this. So be sure and check that out. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I've yammered on long enough for today. So Mike over at the intake, thank you very much for the tip on the alcohol. Uh, I will be using it, and it'll be a lot easier than trying to do a lot of the other stuff. So more I know, or the more I learn, the more I know, and the better I can be. So anyway, BTEX signing out.